Hi guys, and welcome back to this journey towards excellent exam results. In these shorter revision videos, we are going to be breaking down different concepts within the GCSE geography specification. The aim of this is to help us understand the concepts better and to give us the information and confidence we need to answer exam questions. In today's video, we will discuss Cornwall's economic challenges and the strategies for improvement. Okay, let's get started.
In this next slide, we're going to look at why West Cornwall is one of the most deprived areas in the UK. So Cornwall is Devon's neighbour, but it has several challenges. Now you can see Cornwall right there, and Devon is right here. And Cornwall is a long county with no motorway. Now you can see that Cornwall spans right from this area here all the way with the border right there. It spans all the way from this area here going all the way to Penzance here. That's 140 kilometers with no motorway. That must mean that transportation here is extremely slow, and due to that you're likely not to have a lot of T&C investment because the accessibility is very, very poor. Then the other challenge that Cornwall has is that it has a small population. Meaning that there is not a large enough pool of people or employees to attract those T&Cs or big companies. Then the third challenge is that most people there, a lot of people there rather, have seasonal employment, which relies on tourism. Now, tourism obviously, is just basically low-paid seasonal work. And that is a problem because it's likely to propagate poverty in the area. Then fourthly, we have poor education services. The local school provision is quite limited, with some of the students in sixth form having to travel over 30 miles just for that sixth form education. Now, that poses a problem because if people are not, getting educated to slightly higher levels, then you will have less expertise and specialized skills that are required to work in the knowledge economy. And obviously the knowledge economy is what would give an opportunity to earn a higher income, which obviously is, a problem here in Cornwall. Then we have poor medical provision. And in Cornwall, only 38% of villages have a doctor's surgery. And most of those surgeries open only once a week. Now, the main hospital that is nearby is in Truro, which is 30 miles away. So obviously now if somebody, if there's a medical emergency, then having to travel 30 miles away, is quite a big problem. So why did the primary sector decline in Cornwall? Is the other question that we are going to be asking ourselves. So dairy farming in Cornwall has declined due to falling milk prices. Now, those milk prices are being driven down by supermarkets, and as a result, dairy farming, has really suffered the impact of that. Then fishing has also declined, and that is because overfishing by fishermen from Europe and from the UK as well has reduced the fish stocks. So the people who worked in fishing now can no longer necessarily earn a good income from the from the trade or from that particular sector. Then there was tin mining as well, and that tin mine, the last tin mine rather, in Cornwall closed in 1998 due to declining global prices. Then you had also China clay quarrying taking place in Cornwall, and that also has declined and has left the landscape quite scarred as well. So as we can see here, there are quite a number of problems that Cornwall is facing. So what strategies have been used to improve Cornwall? We are going to be discussing 3 strategies, and the first one is the Eden project. So this is Cornwall's biggest attraction, with large plastic biomes that act as greenhouses to support a huge display of plants from rainforest and Mediterranean regions. So this project aims to be sustainable. First of all, it's actually built on an old quarry site, and that is a large aspect of sustainability, because they are using land that was previously scarred by the tin mining that we had talked about before. Now, this area in 20 years made 2 billion. This project made in 20 years 2 billion pounds, which is quite a bit of money. And as you can imagine, it created a lot of jobs, and has brought in over 17 million visitors who have spent over 1.6 billion pounds in the local Cornish economy. So the project has actually really benefited Cornwall. What are the criticisms though? So 97% of the visitors to this particular project arrive by car, and that causes a lot of congestion and air pollution, obviously. And then the visitor numbers have been declining because most of the people that visit don't come back for a second trip, and that is impacting on the income that was being generated initially. Then we also have farm shops. Now, these farm shops are a form of diversification. Now, with the decline, obviously, of the dairy industry that we had talked about previously, it means that those farmers needed to use, they needed to find other ways of making money. And so farm shops is one example of that, diversification, finding, strategies for a wider range of activities to generate an income. And the Lobbs farm is a good example of that. They sell products like beef, lamb, cheese, and wine, and this is mostly to the visitors that come to the Eden project. And this has actually increased the income of this particular farm from 30,000 to 700,000 every single year. Now, that is quite a substantial increase in income. And this obviously has also created employment locally. And then the third strategy we'll be looking at is tourist accommodation. So this again is a form of diversification. And this is where the outbuildings that are no longer being used on the farms, for example, for animals, have been converted into holiday cottages, and the land is also used. The open land is also used as campsites, and that is now bringing income to the farmers from sources that are different from that initial primary activity, which was farming, or in this case dairy farming. But the criticism of this for this is that this tourist accommodation and campsites and so on reduces the biodiversity in the area, and especially for nesting birds.
That brings us to the end of this video on Cornwall's economic challenges and strategies for development. I hope that you have found the information insightful and useful. I have also done a video covering the whole of topic 5 on UK's evolving human landscapes. It will pop up as one of the suggested videos at the end of this one, and can also be found in the UK Evolving Human Landscapes playlist. Videos on all the other subtopics within this topic are also in the playlist. Thanks once again for joining in this journey towards excellent exam results. All the best, and see you again soon. Bye-bye.